Hello everyone, welcome back. So we're going to go to the 1.3 in chapter 1, factorizing. So what is factorizing? It's just a reverse process of expanding brackets. So before you expand all the brackets, and right now you should take all those elements into two factors, one factor times another factor, which is a reverse process of expanding brackets. So let's look at the example 6. Since it's not that hard, so I'm going to go quickly for the example 6. So you have 3x plus 9, so you can take 3 out, then you become 3 times bracket x plus 3. And for the b, x squared minus 5x, so you can take x out, so you have x times x minus 5. And for the c, you have 8x squared plus 20x, so you could first, so I'm going to explain this to you how to do this. So first, we easily find we can take x out, so you have 8x plus 20. And then you think that's the end? No, because 8 and 20, they have the same common factor. We could take a 4 out, so it become 2x plus 5. So this is the final answer. Okay, let's look at a D. So you have 9x squared y plus 15xy squared. So the first step, we could easily find we can have 3 out, then x and a y. So 3x plus 5y. So this is the final answer. Let's look at an E. So easily we can find we can take 3x out, so x minus 3y. This is the final answer. Okay. So for the quadratic expression, they have standard form a times xy plus bx plus c. So how do we factorize? So this is a method we need to know and how to do this. So let's take some example. So we have here telling you, so x squared minus 5x minus 6. So I didn't explain this because I think that's too many words. You don't want to read it. So I'm going to use an example to tell you how to do this. So you have x squared minus 5x minus 6. So how do we do it? So first of all, we try to find the coefficient in front of x squared and then a constant term negative 6, and then we have 1 and a negative 6. So what we're going to do, so we find out two factors, the 2 times together will get 1, and another 2 factors of negative 6, 2 number times negative 6. Okay, and then next 1, right? Negative 6 we can take into negative 6 and 1, or you could take 6 minus 1, or you could have negative 2, 3, 2, negative 3. And then what is the next step? You are going to cross, so 1 times 1 plus 1 times negative 6 equals negative 5. If the number equals the coefficient before x, so we're going to return this expression, this x term, this is the constant term, so we're doing it horizontally. So we have the x minus 6 times x plus 1. Okay, this is how we do factorize. All right, so let's do another example to see whether you have already understand. So we have x squared plus 6x plus 8. So the coefficient before x is 1. The constant term is 8. 1 we can divide 1 times 1, 8 we can divide into 1, 8, or 2, 4, or 4, 2, and then we have written as a, b, c, d form. And if a times d plus b times c equals the coefficient before x, so 1, 1, 2, 4. So if we 1 times 4 plus 1 times 2, actually it equals 6. So if it equals 6, then we could write this is as x term, this is as a constant term. We write the expression horizontally, so we have x plus 2 times x plus 4. Okay, alright, so let's look at the C. For C, 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. So we have the coefficient before x squared is 6 and the constant is negative 10. So 6 we could divide into 1, 6, 2, 3. So for negative 10, 1, negative 10, 2, negative 5, and then negative 2, 5. Alright. So if we written as 1, 6. So for the rest, we should written as negative 2 and 5. You want to know how do I know this? Because I have already practiced enough to understand. For you guys, you could try each. Like you first of all try 1, 6 and then 1, 10, or maybe you reverse 10, 1. Not possible, right? And then you try 2, negative 5, still not possible. Negative 5, 2, not possible, right? So then try 2, 3, okay? And 1, 10, not possible. 10, 1, not possible. And then 2, negative 5, not possible. So just until you find negative 2, 5, okay? This is the first beginning that you learn how to do the factorize for the quadratic equations, and you'll be kind of slow, but the more you practice, the more familiar you will be until you can do just like me, quickly and find the correct answer. Okay, so 1 times 5 plus 6 times negative 2, you find out it equals negative 11. So we should write the factor x minus 2, 6x plus 5. You have the final answer. So we finish the factorizing. And let's look at D. So D says x squared minus 25. How do we do this? So before we do this, let's look at a key point that you should understand. So if there are two numbers which are x squared minus y squared equals x plus y times x minus y. This is you should remember. So how do we verify that? You could verify that. So right hand side, you could have x then times square minus x and plus xy minus y squared. Negative xy plus xy equals 0. So the x squared minus y squared, right? So which is equal to left hand side. So we prove it and we can use the conclusion. So we have D. X squared minus 25, we could x squared minus 5 squared, right? So we have final answer x plus 5 times x minus 5. Okay, great. So let's look at E. So we could 2x squared minus 3y squared, right? So we have final 2x plus 3y then times 2x minus 3y. Okay, let's move on. We have already explained all the examples in example 7. So let's look at example 8. So factorize completely. So you have a x cubic minus 2x squared. So first step, we easily find we can take x squared out inside x minus 2. Okay, it's done. So let's look at the B. We can take x out, so x squared minus 25. Or here we can factorize again, right? So we have x times x plus 5, x minus 5. Okay, and let's look at C. C, we can take x out, so x squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, so how to factorize this? So we can take the coefficient before x squared, which is 1, 1. So negative 10, we could take it into two parts, and 5 and negative 2. And 1 times negative 2 plus 1 times 5 equals 3, which is exactly the coefficient before x. So we can factorize them as x plus 5 and then times x minus 2. So this is factorizing completely. Okay. So we have so many exercises. I suggest you to pause the video and try to finish them all. And we have the answer solutions at the end of the book. If you don't have the ebook, you can just email me. I'm gonna just send to you. So for the 2, still factorize. So since limited time in the class, I will not show all the solutions. So I'm going to show you how to do the problem 4 because a lot of students make mistakes. So let's look at it. So x force minus y force. Okay. So x, it could be seen as x squared then square, right? So minus y square, right? Okay, so this is a rule that we follow. X squared plus y squared times x squared minus y squared. And then this, we could use it again. So x squared plus y squared times x plus y times x minus y. So we factorize completely. This is the final answer. All right. So for the rest of the problems, I hope you could pause the video and then finish them all. Okay, so this is the end of our tutorial for 1.3 factorizing. Thank you and see you next time.